Hello and welcome to City Connections. Today we have a very special program because we're going to talk about Veterans Memorial Park. With me I have J.J. Johnson, who's one of the coordinators of the team that got this started, and Barb Goebel, who's I think who's done all the work.
No.
We'll get into that later.
Actually, one of our best committee members.
That's right. Between her and her husband Joe, I think they're down here every day.
Every day.
This is a tribute to all of our veterans from Richmond, Wayne County, but this is a very special place, especially to me, because you guys decided we needed to do this, and you had such a passion, and you made sure it got done. So, Barbara, why don't you give us the history of the dates of how we started all this?
Well,
you started all this.
The tree was the first thing that was down here, and it was dedicated on June 15th, 1991. And I guess the next thing was a Vietnam Wall, which was June 2nd, 2001.
And that was because the moving wall was always down here.
Right.
And the first one was in 91?
I believe so.
It's been here three times?
It's been here 3 times. And then the expansion with the new memorials, we started working on that construction in the summer of 2007. And then the memorials were actually put in the summer of 2008.
If you haven't been down here, you really need to take the drive. Turn right at the on 2nd Street, right just as you go past the new jail. It's amazing what you've done. You've raised all the money. You've done all the work, and we appreciate it. But tell us how you got this all. Why did you want to do this?
It's been a passion for us Vietnam vets. And I didn't get really involved until 1998 when I came to work for the city. I didn't know there was anything going on down here. And I came down one day when we had a meeting here and noticed the only way to get in was driving through that power plant. You had to have the gates open by a city official or someone to get back here to view this. And that's when I got on board with them. And you know well how much we went through to get the fence moved, get the road built, but everything that's been done down here, we've sold t-shirts, hot dogs, car shows, piecemeal, quarter and a dime here. So everything that's been done has been done by the work and sweat from a bunch of vets and people in the city. So we've had a lot of help, and I'm proud of everything we've done.
Do you have any idea what the total amount of money that's been put down here? That you've raised selling those?
Just for the monuments alone. That's not counting the groundwork and the donated work, like Minix came and donated putting all the water lines in. Just the monuments that we paid for was over $60,000.
That's amazing.
And then, we've had a lot of people come down just to donate a weekend to dig and scratch around in the dirt and make ready for the bricks to be put in. And it's without the volunteers, we could have never gotten this far. So it's been an endeavor that we're all proud of, and we invite everyone to come down and look at this. And it's going to go. If you'll notice as we walk through here, you can see where other monuments are going to be erected.
By the time you're finished, you'll have a monument honoring every war.
Every war, every conflict, and let's hope that we're to the end.
Wouldn't it be nice?
It'd be nice.
Wouldn't it be nice? Besides all of the monuments and the brickwork around the monuments, you built a shelter.
Yes, that was donated by our friends from 1108, the VFW post, and done by their help and their dollars. Came down, everybody pitched in for about 3 weeks. We stuck right in and got it done. And Jim Scott, he was the coordinator and a great engineer. The old fella knows what he's doing. It was a good project. And I'd like to thank them personally for all their time and money for putting that in.
And hopefully by next summer we'll have permanent bathrooms down here. That'd be nice.
That's the thing that's really needed. And if you'll notice when you get it by the shelter, the 2 picnic tables there were done by the Boy Scouts. So they built the picnic tables and donated them. So like I say, everybody's had a little bit of something going on. And we're just proud of the community for helping us. And we're not done yet, folks, so we might tap you again for some more help.
By the end of the program, we'll have the address of where to mail the money. Or if they want to volunteer.
If they want to volunteer.
We always need help pulling weeds,
come down, pull weeds, cut grass. As you notice, we got a tree down. We've donated that to one of our officers. He hasn't gotten here yet, but we're going to have him come down and chop that tree up. But anytime you feel like you need a little exercise, come down. We'll find something for you to do.
It's a great place just to walk.
It's a very serene place. It's nice down here.
You know, not only have you paid for all the monuments and the brickwork and everything, but you provide the electricity.
Absolutely.
You pay for the water
Absolutely.
down here. This is an ongoing thing for
This is something that we have to. We know it's in the maintenance book. We got to figure it out. Now, if Gary was here, he could tell you exactly what we're spending. But every month we have a light bill, a water bill, just like you folks
And
at
you
home.
cut the grass.
And we do the grass. Now the park comes down and does the big area, but right here in between the monuments and this little V, we call it the V inside the blacktop, we take care of that.
You do all the landscaping.
All the landscaping, all this mulch, everything that you see around here, we put down.
So you guys are going to have to stick around for a long time because your work will never end.
We don't plan to go anywhere soon.
Now, I noticed this summer the weeds got a little out of hand because, and I didn't want to say it on camera, but I will. Some of you guys are getting a little old and you can't bend over and pull those weeds.
We got one guy that's a lot older than you and I, and he's down here a lot more than I am. And yes, we would like to have some younger help. We're getting to that point. Yes, it is.
Well, let's take a little walk here and look at some of the memorials that we have so that we don't trip and fall. And like I say, this is the first one coming up here. This is what we dedicated to the Vietnam and the gentlemen that lost their lives in that from Wayne County.
40 men from Wayne County, and their names are on the wall. And twice a year, Memorial Day and Veterans Day, we have a ceremony out at the cemetery, West Hill there, every year for these men here on the wall.
How many? You have some Gold Star moms. Weren't there, what, 5 still living?
The moms, I know of 2, but the Gold Star families, there's 5.
Oh, okay.
Now we have like brothers and sisters.
Okay. And they come down here more than just twice a year.
We have one lady that comes down quite often. That's Marge Miller, her son Carrie.
They had tell them about the ceremony that his group did for him last year on his 40th anniversary of his death. I was amazed.
We just had that this first weekend in October. They all came down. 25th Infantry had a monument or a memorial set right here. And Carrie's mom stays in contact, and I forget how many it was. There was at least 30 of them here because we had them up for lunch when it was over,
right?
The VFW. But those guys treat her just like one of the family.
And they came from all over the United States
all over
to
the
be
United
here
States.
that day.
Had one guy from Hawaii.
They were all in his unit back
all in his unit.
So
a couple of them were there the day
friendships that you started there, the camaraderie never's going to go away.
You never lose it.
No,
you never lose it.
And the memories too. So in front of the monument you have bricks with names on them, and this is kind of a fundraiser for you.
Yes, it is.
That and people, if they want to purchase one for someone they know or for themselves, they get in contact with the same address that we have now.
Yes, the same address that's on the signpost.
Okay.
When you leave, he can take a picture of that. But it's $50 a brick, and you can have your loved one's name etched on this brick. And if you'll notice, there's bricks in front of every memorial. That's not just the Vietnam Memorial, because there's a lot more wars that came before that one. And in front of every brick, or in front of every monument, there's a place to put bricks. And if you'd like to buy them, we'll give you the address here at the end, and everybody can have one.
So this was the beginning, and then the flags, and then over here we have a neat thing. This bench over here was contributed. Is that onyx or marble?
Marble.
Black marble by a company here in town as a tribute to the Veterans Park, and it's very nice. And
yeah, Stone Plans.
They did the monuments too, didn't they?
Yeah, Stone Plans did the seats.
Oh, okay.
And the monuments were bought by Bill Dwyer.
Okay.
Now the rest of this from Stone Plans will come later. They plan to put one every year for the next 6 years.
That's great. Yeah. They're really nice looking too.
The City Credit Union has purchased a bench, which also can be bought from us. And I don't know when that was going to be finished, but I think they want to place it in front of the World War II. But as you can see, things are moving right along, and it's just a point that's dear to our hearts down here.
It certainly is. I often talk about the most emotional event that I've ever been to since I've been mayor was the dedication of this park. I've never seen so many grown men standing there crying, and just a flood of memories came back to them, but I think appreciation too, that finally they had a place that they could call their own.
I can remember when your father's outfit came.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They had their reunion here.
They did. They
That
loved
was
it.
neat.
They were very impressed. And that was just in the beginning of the park, and they already thought it was great then. So
Those guys loved it.
yeah.
It's a good place to
Did
come.
we have the monuments up when they were here?
No, just this one.
That's what I thought.
That's a while back, but everyone is welcome down here. It's not just the Vietnam Park. It's a Veterans Memorial Park to honor all veterans, and you all are welcome.
And like I said, they should come. And everybody says we can't find it. Well, go to 2nd Street by the jail, turn north, and take the first left, and you're right down in here. You can't miss it. But it is great.
We're in negotiations now, of course, you know, with Sioux Hall, with the State Department highways, and we're trying to get larger signs instead of these little 2x3 that we have here.
Sometimes we have
if
to
you've
go
been down here
colorful, too.
once, you'll never forget it.
Right.
But people that's coming from out of town, they had a hard time. So
Well, and hopefully, whatever happens with the gas building, we're talking about making a direct road.
Well,
in,
that would
too.
be nice.
That
That
would
would
be
be
easier
nice.
too. So we may have to rename a road or two, but
long
we
as
can
that
come
one-
up with that, can't we?
We do have pamphlets that we made up, and they're out at the Welcome Center and also the AAA office that has pictures of all the monuments, and it also has a little map of how
Well, I
to get
need
down
some of
here.
those in my office because we get a lot of
Okay.
calls and a lot of visitors.
All right,
So,
I'll bring you some.
yeah. And I was going to say too that if anybody has any questions, they certainly can contact me at the office, and we can get it to you if they have
great,
trouble.
that's great.
Well, let's check out these other memorials here
There's
because.
some plaques back there.
Oh, you want to go back here? Okay, we can. Oh, Joe's out there cleaning them.
Back in this corner where we're going now, this is where it all started, right here. The tree was dedicated, the Traveler Monument. As you can see, the bronze plaque for the dedication of the tree. And on either side, we have the marble plaques that are available also. And these people that buy these they even etch pictures of their loved one. Don't ask me how that occurs, because they'll take a picture that's 40 years old and it's really sharp and crisp. They do a good job.
There's another memorial or plaque back there by the flagpoles. What's that?
That came from the Post 315 American Legion.
Oh.
They donated all of the flags that you see there. The Sons of the Legions came up with all the money for those.
You know,
And
while
that's
we're
a plaque
talking
honoring
flags, we can't forget to talk about the auxiliaries that put the flags
Exactly.
on the bridges. They do that every year. That's kind of the
Every
mission.
year, the auxiliary from Post 1108 VFW, those ladies take care of Main Street Bridge. And the auxiliary from Post 65 Harry Ray Post on 6th Street, they take care of the other bridge on 40. I think it's Lamar Lundy
Lamar
Bridge.
Lundy Bridge now, yeah.
And so every year those things are picked up and taken care of by those people. And I might put in here that we have a citizen that's going to put flags on the bridge over here over East Street.
North 9th Street.
On the 27 overpass. And that's Paul Research boy.
We're gonna hold off and put those up next year. Since
Exactly.
It's so close, but next year there'll be another bridge with flags. We might add that sometimes when we have heavy winds, the flags are blown off. So
Yeah.
if you happen to see one, if you're walking in the gorge, please bring it up to the city building to my office, and we'll get it back. Because there's a lot of expense in doing
It's,
this, and
$60 a pole.
because we lost 2 more
Yeah.
flags over last weekend. So.
If you buy the flag, the pole, the straps, it's $60 per pole. So you can kind of figure what these girls
Yeah.
are doing, and they do those through fundraisers too. We don't have any dollars in our pocket to do that, so we got to go out and raise
You have
money
to
to buy
make
the flags. Yeah, so that's exactly right. That's how we do it with fundraisers and donations.
When's the wall come back again?
We try to do that every 5 years
Okay.
because it's a big
That's
expense.
another expense.
And it gives us 5
You
years.
sell a lot
to-
of hamburgers and hot dogs. don't you?
T-shirts, hamburgers, hot dogs. If you'll come out to the fairgrounds during fair, you'll see us out there set up. 4th Street Fair, that's one of our events, and we're always looking for ways so you guys can think of some other projects we can get in to make $1, we're your man.
Okay, they
They're
love to
going
work.
to be out at the Vintage Wheels Car Show the first weekend in November, and they're
Is
going
that
to
at
be
the fairgrounds?
That's,
yes, the Raper
Raper
Building,
Building.
Paper, okay.
and they're going to be selling chances on a $100 gas card
Oh,
For $5,
for
you can
$5.
take a chance to win $100 worth of gas.
that sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. All righty, we're going to move on to some of these other memorials. We may just let Nick show, how much time do we have left? 12, because we need to talk about the parade. Well, as we walk over here to our next memorial, let's talk about the parade coming up. We have Veterans Day Parade, which we started last year, and it was on Veterans Day.
Exactly.
This year, you've chosen to do the Saturday after, so I believe that's the 15th?
The 14th.
14th, that Saturday. You'll line up on 10th, 12th.
And we're going to line up on 15th Street.
Oh, you've
15th
got
of
me all
May.
messed up.
Well, last year, if you recall, it was just our first offering.
Right.
And we didn't know what to expect, so we started there on 10th. We thought we were going to have a little parade. We ended up with 35 entrants, so we had to use 2 of the side streets to line up on.
These are just amazing.
This year, we're hoping to have double that.
Great.
So we're starting at 15th. That's where the church, and I forget the name of that church.
The Methodist Church.
Methodist
Mhm.
Church. We're hoping to use their parking lot to
So,
line up.
so
at.
and if they want to be in, they need to call, and again, we'll give the numbers and addresses at the end of the show. But any units, and we'd love to have the kids.
Exactly. If
any
anything, military or
Right.
patriotic, and you're welcome to come.
That's right. And that will be Saturday the 14th. So
Saturday
people
14th.
need to make plans to be there and bring a unit. Now this is just gorgeous. This is the Korean War,
Hmm.
and
If you notice, I don't know
Wow.
how well he can pick that up, but you can count the wraps of the rope on that Jeep.
yeah,
You can count the wraps, and that's just how clear these guys do these. It's just remarkable, the clarity of it.
we already have a bunch of bricks from people that were there.
Yes, well, we've been selling those all summer long. Like I said, we have those blanks, the forms out just about everywhere. If you go to any service club, service organization,
They
Post
have 'em.
65, 1108, 315, those blanks are there.
I mean,
You know, we have Christmas coming up, and a lot of times people
Exactly.
can't figure out what to buy.
Great idea.
This
for
is a great
Christmas
idea.
gift,
What
yeah.
a wonderful memorial to give to your living people.
Yep. Yeah, your young man that's serving now,
Mm-hmm.
get a brick for him. And if you're out riding around town and you want one, you don't know where the service clubs are at, about everybody knows the Army-Navy store.
Right. Oh yeah.
And they're available there. So stop in there and get a form and fill it out. And,
And
the
this-
address is right on the bottom.
This is a great way to remember Grandpa too from World War One or two. Is
Sure
just
is. Sure is.
keep
have
that
one
family
at the
night.
Civil War.
Do you have one Civil War?
We have
Yeah.
one
Oh,
person.
well, let's go over here and look at.
that put his, and I'm saying his family, it could have been his wife's family, but one brick.
So what you're telling me is we need some more Civil War people to
we
step
need
up.
we need somebody to buy some for everyone. But it's a great way to pay a
you
tribute
know,
to your
every
family.
Memorial Day and Veterans Day, the paper lists the people that have died since the last event, and it's like a quarter of a page of people from Wayne County.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how many people have been in the military.
If you'll pick your paper up and look and notice a flag in the obituaries, that's a soldier or a sailor or Marine.
I
And
can
that's
see
how
that.
Wayne County does it. But if you can notice this is for World War I, and it's, again, the clarity is just so great. It's beautiful.
It really is. Grandpa and the Doughboys. That's what I remember. I don't remember it, but
Of course you don't, but
history.
yes.
Some people probably think I do.
Mm.
These monuments are just fantastic. And who came up with this idea?
It was a fundraising idea that came up at one of our meetings. We were figuring out ways to make dollars, you know.
Well, but even the monuments. How did you come up with putting the pictures? I mean, you don't see that much.
We brainstormed. I think there were 12 or 13 of us. We were sitting at Jay's restaurant trying to figure out that what bring the attention to these people.
Uh-huh.
Make those people want to come down and look at this. So we asked the people that had loved ones in the World War II, Korean War. We had, what's the guy's name? He used to be the photographer here.
Ralph Pyle.
Ralph
yeah.
Pyle. Great man. He had a lot of pictures from his time in World War II in Korea. So we got to thinking maybe we could help him or have him help us design something. So he started this. You need to put pictures on them so everybody could see what it was like.
Uh-huh.
And that's how it came
It's
about.
amazing.
12 or 13 of us sitting around, and Ralph Pyle getting us started with the pictures and the etching, because we didn't know anything about pictures until somebody told
we
us.
pick out pictures, and then we sent them to the monument company, and they put them
They
together,
figure-
and they would send us back. And
They
then
did a
we
great
would,
job.
make changes. And
Let's go over here and make sure we see our cannon.
Absolutely.
We're awfully quiet here.
This was the Sons of Union Veterans. They did this all themselves, had their own fundraisers.
Civil War.
hmm
And that's pretty cool. 320 died from Wayne County.
Dennis Rigsby, the president of that chapter, got together with his men and purchased this cannon themselves. Did their own fundraisers. I don't know what they sold, T-shirts or whatever, but all of this was done by those fellows there. And as you can see, we have just one lone brick. So
And he's lonely there, so
we
have to
need
get
some more
busy.
bricks to go with Lieutenant William D. Lowe.
So if there were 320 people that died from Wayne County.
From Wayne County, yeah.
There, I don't need that. That's okay.
Okay.
So, okay.
So somebody come down and buy some bricks to keep Lieutenant
the
Lowe
other memorial.
company.
Oh, and then the newest addition down here has been moving the tanks from the courthouse. I know a lot of people have asked, who took those tanks away? What'd they do with it, you know? Well, they're down here one Saturday morning, Delucio's, and you raised money to help pay for that too.
We raised money for that, and
And Jerry Mall helped.
Jerry Mall
That's
helped
right. That's
out.
right.
And as you can see, when he takes a picture, John Renfro came down and painted it all by himself. We offered to help, and he said, "No, I do not want help."
I had to
So-
help them get them lined up straight before
Yeah.
they set them properly. They were
Exactly.
kinda
You were
crooked.
you were here that day.
They were
You
kind of
remember all the
crooked,
fun
but
we had.
it did.
was
And
a
we're working on another edition.
Yes, we are. It's matter of fact, it's coming through your office. That's doing all the paperwork. We're going to have a Huey helicopter, and as this all comes through, maybe next year, be right here behind the tanks, and that's going to be exciting because all the guys in my war remember the
That's
helicopter.
Right. That's
it
right.
It was like the horse for everybody else. So it's be a great addition down here, and we hope it happens soon.
Well, the citizens of Richmond can never thank all of you enough for all the work that you put in down here and all the work that you're going to continue to do down here.
Yep, it's ongoing.
But every once in a while, it'd be nice to have a little help. So
Yes, it
today
would.
we're here to not only just to show you what a great place this is, but to encourage you to buy a brick, donate it money just outright, buy a hamburger or hot dog when you see them, but help them
You see us
continue
out,
this
just stop
on,
by.
because this is a great testimony to our people that have served in all of these wars, and we certainly need to honor them and honor their families.
Yes.
Families went through a lot back here not knowing what was happening.
Yes, absolutely.
So any final words? I mean, what else besides the helicopter then? What's going to be your next? You have two more.
We have them laid out for two more monuments, and let's hope that's the end, folks. One of them's going to be for the ladies that served.
All right.
Yes,
Good.
that's true. It's going to be for women veterans, and we hope that's the end of everything. We can stop and just maintain it.
And you have Iraq and.
Iraq is already up.
Oh, that's right. Okay, what's the other one?
The one we're going to finish will be for Afghanistan.
Okay.
We don't want to do
And
anything
the
that's
women are
ongoing.
going to be last.
No. No.
You better clarify that.
The women, the one you see that's saved with the bricks around it,
Right.
that's going to be for Iraq,
Okay.
and Afghanistan.
Okay.
The women's, the concrete's just poured
Okay.
on the center, and nothing else is done.
Okay.
We still need money for that.
Okay.
So
Well, I
if
better
any of
help
you
raise
ladies
them.
got extra
I think I
change
can
laying
help you
around,
find some of that,
good
okay?
deal. But that's the last monument in that circle.
It's very impressive. And then we'll put the restrooms in down here, and we'll be pretty well set.
I think it's coming along real good from what we started
Well, you know, and you had worked like what 9 years to actually have a park down here.
with. Yeah,
There's some negotiations. that we
myself,
had to-
myself, and before that, the others that came before me. But for myself, it's 1998, so it's about 11 years.
See,
And then it's a labor of love. Everybody that does it,
well, and you can see that.
yeah.
You can see that.
And we're very proud of it. We'd like to keep you guys involved if we can, and the city's been great to us. The mayor's always been terrific.
And let's talk about the memorials you have down here. People need to come and attend these events. They're
Exactly
very
right.
good, but the more that we have, it makes the families that are here feel
Yes.
better too. That someone does remember and we have to thank them for. We wouldn't be where we are today without all these people that are represented down here. So
In the last 2 years, the police department has had their memorial service
that's
here.
right. That's right.
They really feel it's a great place, so they've been coming down.
Well,
We
JJ,
invite people to use this.
You talk too much. We have to wrap it up.
I'm sorry.
But
I'm
remember
sorry.
the parade, November 14th, Saturday, 1
1
o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Please come join us. If you don't want to be in it, come watch it. And until then, we are thinking of you and hope you're thinking of us, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.